Well, hello there. It is Sunday night. Guess what that means? That means Lynn and Richard's back
Working with Lynn.
Learning with Lynn. Working with Lynn.
Learning
So I want to
with
welcome
Lynn.
you all out here today. If you're here, then say hi so we know who you are. And it's snowing here pretty hard. I don't know what's happening in your part of the world, but anyway, look forward to seeing you all here tonight. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done this, so I'm pretty excited to be back. Hi, Shauna. Hi,
Hey,
April.
Shauna.
Welcome.
Shauna and April.
Good to see you. So ignore my neck. I had surgery, and I still don't get the bandage off, the tape off the stitches until next Thursday. But we're all good. Hi, Tracy. We missed you too. So let me move some things around. Let me put this over here, and I am going to show my screen. There you go. Now you should be able to see my screen. So I still have you up on my other screen so I can talk to you. But today what we're going to talk about is, what are you bringing to your business? It's the first of the year, so it's a great time to be talking about all this. And it's a great time to be thinking and planning about what your business is going to be like this year and what you're going to bring to your business so that you can get what you want out of it. So it just happens to be the first post on my blog today, on my online beauty biz blog. So just click on that. And this post is just a little bit about what are you bringing to your business. So, you know, although it's true that to be successful with Avon, there's simple steps that you take that you just do over and over again, right? You look for new prospects, for new potential customers and new potential team members. You give them a brochure. You get their information, their name and phone number and email, and then you follow up. You take their order, you deliver their order to them, and then you start the whole process all over again, right? It's really simple steps. You just keep doing those over and over again, and that's what makes you successful in your business. But and that's really critical. But then it's also what's important is how you're doing it. And so, you know, I mentioned in here that some representatives, they look for shortcuts and they look for quick fixes to achieve their goals. And unfortunately, that doesn't work. We do have systems. Don't confuse a shortcut with a system. We do have systems, and I teach on them. I teach on systems on how to, you have to go out and meet people. There's no way around that. You have to meet people. You have to get them onto your list somehow, right? You have to build them onto your contact list, which should be a living, breathing document. Your list should be always growing and shrinking as you cross people off, but you should be constantly building that list. And so you got to get them on that list, and then we have systems that help you make sure you get a brochure to everybody, to make sure that the follow-ups are done to everybody, and then, of course, you'll have to deliver unless they order on your website, right? And then Avon delivers. That's always good. We like that. And so those are systems. Those are not shortcuts. Those are systems that are set up. They take time to set up, and then once they're set up, they will do the work for you, and they'll keep you consistent. Well, they're not even automatic at that point. Hey, Rick, good to see you. I'm sure Tina's there too. Hi, Tina. So a lot of my systems are not automatic. You still have to go in and schedule them every campaign. You'll need to schedule that you want your brochures to go out, and then you need to schedule you're going to send your texts and your emails. And you know, the main reason for that is because your list is shrinking and growing, right? You don't want to automatically have something set up to send out brochures and not have it meet the changing needs of every day. So you edit your list every single day. I go into my campaign mailer, I go into my text list, my email list, and I am adding and deleting people every day. When somebody leaves or when they tell me they're not interested, I take them off. If I get a new name, I put it on, and I do it right then. So then when it's time for me to go and go to campaign mailer and place the order for my books to go out, my list is already current, and I can send it to the people that are on my current list. And so that's why it's not automatic 100%, because you know, it needs to be able to adapt to your changing list. But it's not just about showing up. It's how you show up. So let's talk about, I talk about this a little bit, like if you're showing up to a meeting, or you're showing up to deliver a customer's order, or you're showing up somewhere, and if you oversleep or you miss your bus and you're late, you can't turn back time. Yeah, you can postpone the meeting, or you can apologize profusely, but the reality is you were late, and you probably lost some respect for that. So that goes into did you promise a customer you would deliver their order at 4 o'clock on Monday? And then at 5:30, you realize, oh crap, I didn't deliver it. Well, you just lost some respect because of that, because you made a commitment to your customer you would be there. So that's kind of a little bit what I'm talking about. That's the bad news is, if you make a commitment, you got to do it. If you walk into a black tie event dressed in blue jeans and a hoodie, you're going to stand out, not in a good way. And if you show up and you haven't done your homework, your lack of preparation or your inadequate skills are going to reveal themselves. And people might question whether you're really the person that they want to follow. Hey, Pat, good to see you. So I'm not saying that you need to know everything. Far beyond that. You don't need to know everything. In fact, if you're looking for recruits and you're looking for people that want to build a business, you don't want to know very much. I know that sounds bad, but if people are watching you and you're perfect and you're polished and they're going, I don't know if I can do that. So if they see you make mistakes or they see you not always have the answers, that's a good thing, because that lets them know that they don't have to be perfect and that, yeah, they can do this business. But also, if you are showing up to teach your class, to teach your team something, you're doing a sales meeting or whatever, and you're standing up in front of your sales meeting and you're talking and you don't have any idea what you're talking about, that's going to come across too. So, it's totally okay to say, I don't know the answer to that. Let me find out and get back to you. Or let me look that up. Or let's look this up together. But it's not okay to pretend like you know it all and then you don't, right? Does that make sense? And so then the good news is that, if you're only showing up, if you're only basing it on those conditions, like being on time and being dressed appropriately, you're missing some really important things about your business. Yeah, you want to look semi-professional. You don't have to look like a business person, because we're in the Avon business. We're in a home business. You don't necessarily have to be in a suit and tie, but you want to look semi-professional. But also, it's how are you showing up? So what's your attitude? Are you bringing the right attitude with you? Because your attitude is probably the most important thing you can bring into any situation. It doesn't matter if you're going to a meeting, if you're meeting with your customer, if you're posting on Facebook, you guys, this stuff comes through. And a perfect example of this is with the holidays. Avon had a lot of shorts. We all know that, right? And I saw this, and I actually got in some fights with some people. I need to learn to back off. But they're frustrated, and I get it. They're frustrated, but then they're going into Facebook groups and they're going, I'm tired of this company. I'm not going to stay with Avon anymore because they're out of stock on all this stuff. Well, you know what? You walk into Walmart a week before Christmas and they're going to be out of stock of all the stuff too. They're not going to have everything that's in their ad. And the brochures are printed months in advance. And, we all know that, right? It just happens. It is what it is. But you're a successful business owner. So instead of being frustrated and crying to everybody in the Facebook groups, which, by the way, is dragging all of them down with you and not helping anybody's business, how about you look for solutions? You look for, okay, I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated. But I can do this, this, and this to make it better. I can do this to help my customer. I can find it. I can post in search of Avon products group and see if anybody has it so that I can take care of my customer. And so it's all about what your attitude is as you're dealing with people. And I know I probably don't even have to say this to all of you guys, because you guys are professionals. That's why you're here. That's why you're on my Facebook Live. But I've even seen instances where I've seen reps tell their customers that they're fed up with Avon. And what kind of a message is that sending? You should never, ever, ever go talk to a customer about the problems you're having in your business. They're your customer. They're not somebody to complain to, right? So when you're doing all these things and you're out and about and you're getting new customers, you're getting new names to add to your list, and you're going to campaign mailer and you're placing the order for the brochures, and you're sending your text saying, hey, my order's going in on Wednesday, and you're doing your deliveries, your attitude can make all the difference. Because, hey, April, I have left some groups. Oh, yeah. Okay, so April says, I've left some groups because of complaining that I initially joined for tips and mentorship. That's really sad, and I'm sorry about that. That's really sad, but hopefully you'll find other groups that are better that way, and we're going to focus on the good tonight. So I completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Let me just interject just a second about complaining. I've always there's a saying that I used years and years ago. There's always complain up. You want to look for solutions, but if you have a problem, complain up to the person that can fix that problem, and that's the best way to do it. Because, like Lynn was saying, if you do nothing but complaining, it just drags everybody down.
And even when Richard says complain up, that doesn't mean call your upline and say, "Why is Avon out of stock?" Because the truth is, I don't know. I don't have any power in that either. So when he talks about complaining up, he means going to the person who can fix it, which means customer service. I know for some reason a lot of reps don't want to call customer service because they'll call me and I'll say, well, you need to call customer service, and they won't do it. And I don't understand why, because the truth is customer service can generally fix your problem within 2 minutes, and complaining to me isn't going to get your problem fixed at all. So really, seriously, take it to the person who can help you. And it might not be customer service. It might be me. I might need to get involved, or your upline might need to get involved. And I'm not saying I won't. I mean, absolutely, I'm here to help you. But take it to the person that can help you. Okay? So it's all about, again, your attitude. What are you bringing? Are you looking for a solution, or are you just looking to complain, right? So Rick is going to be calling Richard. Rick, that's good. Richard could probably help you. Where is it? It's not showing up. I don't know. That's supposed to be showing up, but I don't know if it is. Anyway, so yeah, you call Richard, Rick, on his cell phone. But you guys, this is about so many other things. It's about being positive with your customers. It's about being positive with other representatives. It's about being positive about your business. And if you run into a problem, you find a solution and you fix it, right? Because if you don't find a solution and you fix it, guess what? You're going to be complaining about the same problem next year. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, you're going to be wondering a year from now why your business hasn't grown. And it hasn't grown because of how you were. Hey, Millie, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. And so it's all about that. It's about your attitude, how you deal with all of that. But you know what? It goes even farther than that. If you're in leadership, your team is watching you. And I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but if you are not going for the Los Cabos trip, your team is going to go, and this is all subconscious. Nobody is looking at you saying, well, she's not trying, why should I? It's not really what they're doing. But if you're not working hard to earn every incentive that Avon puts out there, your team subconsciously goes, oh, well, if my upline's not going for it, then it probably is not achievable, or nobody can achieve it, or I won't be able to achieve it. And you're setting the example for your team, right? If you're not recruiting, if you're not bringing in recruits every single week, your team is doing the same thing. They're going, well, because you've just set the standard that you don't have to recruit, so they're not recruiting. And you know what happens is you could be recruiting like crazy, and you bring in 3 or 4 people every week, and you'll start to notice, and it might take a couple of months for it to happen, but you'll start to notice that all of a sudden your team is recruiting, and it's like, wow, this is cool. We're doing the right thing, right? But if you stop recruiting, everything might seem just fine, but then about 3 or 4 months later, you're going to look at your team and you're going to see that it's stagnant. It's not moving at all because you set the pace. Your team is watching you, whether it's conscious or subconscious. They're watching you. They're seeing what you're doing. And so it's really critical that you have to model that same attitude for your team. So when your team member calls you and says, this stupid company, they never have what I want, they're out of stock again, then your answer should be, yeah, that's frustrating. I totally understand. I get frustrated by that too. Have you called Avon? What'd they say? What did Avon say? Or they say, I didn't get paid. Well, I can't help with that either. So what did Avon say? So it's, instead of like turning it into who has a worse opportunity with Avon or who has more problems, instead you're the leader. So your response should be, okay, let's get this fixed. What did Avon say? What kind of response did you get when you called them? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, I didn't call them. So, okay, great. That's your next step. Let me know after you call them what they said, right? So these here are like lists of different things you could be. You could be frustrated. You could be helpful. You could be distracted. You could be playful, like Rick. Rick is always playful. You could be positive or focused or engaged or resentful or vulnerable or disingenuous or energetic or guarded. And look at all these: angry, compassionate, appreciative, annoyed, happy, driven, content, curious, anxious, belligerent, assertive, open-minded. You can choose what you want to be before you go into the situation. When you get up in the morning and you go, I need to make my follow-up calls, then think about, how do I want to come across on these follow-up calls when I call people? And even if you're just texting, or even if you're just sending an email, even if you're copying and pasting, the universe knows what you want. It will give you what you want. And if you're going to go through your follow-ups and you're just copying and pasting a text or an email into a follow-up, but your mind is saying, I don't know why I'm wasting my time doing this because no one's going to join. The universe is going to say, oh, you don't want anybody to join? Okay, no problem. We'll take care of that. Right? But if you are like doing your follow-ups and you get clear about it before you start, and you say, this is going to be a great day. I've got all these follow-ups to do. I'm going to get 1 or 2 people today that sign up. And then you have a whole different attitude. You're still copying and pasting the same exact text. Nothing's changed except your attitude has changed. And then the universe says, oh, you want somebody today? Okay, great. Let me find somebody for you. Right? So it's about that showing up, and in every area of your business can make all of the difference. So, you're looking at RepFest is coming up in July, I believe.
August. First week of
August in New Orleans. I want you guys there, by the way, in New Orleans with us. But so RepFest is coming up in New Orleans. You can have an attitude right now of, oh, there's no way I can make it. I can't do that. Or you can decide, I'm going to find a way to get there, and put it on your calendar. And you know what? By doing that, you have like a 90% better chance of getting there, because now it's in your mind. Now you've made the decision, and you're going to find a way to get there. Whether it is, I just talked to somebody on the phone yesterday. She's not on my team, but she's the girl in a team local to us. And I was just talking to her on the phone, and she's got, I don't know, 5 kids or something. She has a lot of kids. And she doesn't know if she's going to make it to New Orleans. And we talked about that. And so she's got from now until August, she's going to find a way to find somebody that can take her kids for her for the 3-4 days that she's going to be there. And she's going to work on that. And you know what? I think she will. She did it last year. She found a way. She had to have 2 different friends watch her kids, like 2 days with this friend and 2 days with that friend or something. But she made it work. And I know she can do it again. But it's all about, where's your mind? Where's your mindset, and what's your attitude as far as going? Are you going to go? It's critical for you to go. It really is. The top people in our company, they wouldn't even question it. Oh, RepFest, okay, I'm going. And they wouldn't even question it. And if something was in the way, they would find a way to do it. The same thing, though, with the incentives. So, Tracy, I'm there. Awesome, Tracy. I'll be there with you. And I know Rick and Tina will be there, and I hope all of you will be there. But the same thing goes for incentives. You know what? Whether you earn the incentive or not isn't, well, it is important if you're a leader, actually, because you want your team to see you earning those incentives. But what's even more important is that you're going for it, that you are working hard for it, and you're working hard to show your team that you're working hard for it. Because as you're going for the incentive, your team is following you, and they're going, oh, look, Rick and Tina made it. I can make it. And they think that, right? And it's not even this conscious thing. They're not even saying, well, if Rick and Tina can do it, well, they might. But if Rick and Tina weren't even trying to go for the Los Cabos trip, then their team members are going to go, well, there's probably not any reason to try because my airplane's not trying, right? And then if for some reason you can't make the trip, of course you're going to do it. I mean, if you're a leader and you earn that trip, you're going to go. You're going to find a way to go. But if you really couldn't go, if you really had something in the way, at least you earned it and your team saw you earning it. I hope that makes sense, because it is so critical. Everything about your business, if you are a leader, everything is about what you do, because what you do is what causes your people to do everything that they do. So if you're not signing up 3, 4, 5 people a week, or at least couple of people every campaign. You know, I mean, you've got to be signing people up. Your team is not going to be signing them up. If you are signing them up, your team will be signing them up. If you are doing events, your team will see that you're doing events and they'll do events. If you are earning the trips, you know what happens? It's one thing at one trip. Okay, so I hate to keep picking on Rick and Tina, but I know I can get away with that. So Rick and Tina earned the cruise to Bermuda, their first year in business. And they will also be earning the Los Cabos trip this year. I have no doubt. And so what happens is now their team members see them earn 2 trips. Okay. Next year, their team members see that they earned 3 trips. Their team members are getting a belief just from seeing them do it that it's possible. Does that make sense? They're seeing it, and they're seeing Rick and Tina 10 years from now, they will have gone on 10 trips, and they'll be loving life. Won't you, Rick? I know they will be. They'll be loving life because they will have gone on 10 trips. Richard and I have been on, 8 or 10 trips with Avon. We've been on quite a few all over the world in some cases. And once you've been on an Avon trip, and I'm sure a lot of you that are on this webinar, those that have been with Avon for a while, know that once you've been on an Avon trip, you won't ever miss another one, you know? So do it, do the work, set the example, be the leader, and then your team will step up and they will do the same thing you do. They won't do it as fast as you do it. They won't do it as well as you do it. So you can't get frustrated with that. But time goes by and you're growing and your team is growing and it will get stronger and stronger and stronger. Millie, you're going to Rep Fest. Yay! I want to meet you there. Yes. Millie, I want to meet you there. I'll drink coffee with you. Rick will drink coffee with us too. He likes coffee too. So Rick says true. And so let's see. I really don't have a whole lot to talk to you about today, except for plan your year out. Know where you're going to be. Sit down. If you haven't already, sit down and know where you're going to be at the end of this year. Set a goal. I know by the end of this year, I want to be bronze executive unit leader. And I know what it takes to get there. And everything I do from now until the end of the year is going to be geared towards me getting there. And that's what I want you to do. You should set, what goal do you want for sales? Is it President's Club, or are you already at President's Club? Maybe you want to go to Honor Society or Rose Circle. Then what is that goal for you? Figure out what it is and set that goal, and everything you do from now until you reach it is going to get you closer to that goal. And then what about your leadership goal? What title do you want to be? Where do you want to be at? I'm starting a class on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, Journey to Bronze Ambassador. So I noticed that a lot of you on this call are already in it. But if you can still get in, you need to let me know by like tomorrow, but you can still get in. So in the Online Beauty Biz Facebook group, I posted that, and look for it. And in fact, I'll post it again, I guess, after this call. You have to fill out an application. But if you're brand new and you're looking on how do I build a team and how do I get started, that will help you with that. That's a 4-week class on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Be about an hour each Wednesday for 4 weeks. Okay. So I have that coming up. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, we have our Grand Fiesta Los Cabos incentive training to help you get to Los Cabos. So you'll want to get into that if you want to, if you want to go on this trip with us. And we are doing everything we can to help you earn that trip there. So this is going to be a busy week. So today's Sunday, we have this Learning with Lynn. And Tuesday night, our Los Cabos training. That's in a Facebook group called, let me find this for you guys. So you can, so if we go to Facebook, and it's right here. It's Avon Grand Fiesta. It's called Avon Grand Fiesta Incentive. So join this group. It's a fiesta. Join us in Los Cabos. Join this group, and then here's the details right here. You can click here and get the details of how to get on this call. It's a Zoom meeting, and there's the times. Okay? So you got to be in the group, though, in order to get notified of it. And then also in our Online Beauty Biz group, I don't know, it might be, actually you could search it. Oh, look, there's our live. I think you could search it and it should come up. No, it's not. I'll post it again, so it'll be at the top of the group, okay? So look for those, and let's go into this year. Let's make it happen. Let me see. I'm missing out. Okay, Millie says I made a goal for bronze ambassador at the end of 2019. Actually, Millie, I know you can do even more than that. I know you can do a whole lot more than that. Bronze ambassador is only 3 people on your team, so I know you can do more than that in a year, right? So we will help you with that, and let's get you to Los Cabos, and then you would absolutely need to be more than bronze ambassador to get to Los Cabos. So Rick will help you. I will help you. I hope that you'll come into our trainings on Tuesday night, and I already know you're coming on Wednesday night. And let's see, Tracy says, I'll meet you by the elevator again. Cool. And then we go have a drink or something, right? Or coffee or whatever. Rick says he feels the sand beneath his feet.
Visualize.
Let me see if this is working. It doesn't seem to be working. Maybe you guys are seeing it. On my end, I'm not seeing it. And Millie says, I want to meet you there. I absolutely want to meet you in at RepFest, Millie. So, yeah. So you got this. You guys, you got this. So let's do it, and let's make it happen, okay? So next Friday, this coming Friday, Richard and I are leaving to go to the leadership retreat, which is going to be in San Antonio for the weekend with Avon. And so we'll be gone all weekend, so we won't have a Learning with Lynn next Sunday because we'll be on an airplane coming home. So our next one will be on January 20th. So today is the 6th. We're going to miss the 13th, then we'll be back on the 20th. And I assume that what we will be talking about is whatever was announced in the leadership retreat that we were at. And watch me, because I will be posting on Facebook things that are coming up, the things that Avon's announcing. So I know we're going to hear more about RepFest. I know who knows, they may introduce some other incentives or some additions, some, enhancements to the current incentive. I don't know. Who knows? There's all kinds of things they could be announcing. So I will be posting on Facebook everything I learn. So watch for that. And hip hip hooray! Yeah. All right, you guys. I think that's all I have. Unless you have questions, I don't see any questions.
Can I just say one thing at the end here? Lynn mentioned a calendar, and really, none of these things are easy, but most of the time they say they're simple to do. But the best way to do it is to put it on the calendar. You put something on the calendar. Say you want to go to Los Cabos. You put it on the calendar. Then you sign up and you join our Los Cabos group, and you learn how to do it. And then there we'll help you reverse engineer it. That's probably the best way that we do all of the things we do.
Yeah.
Is we find out what we're going to get to. It's like, well, you want to go to RepFest. Well, it's going to cost you for an airplane flight there probably, and it's going to cost you for a hotel room. But you can reverse engineer it and see, how much is it going to cost? How much is that breaking it down week by week? And that's what I need to save, month by month, week by week. And you chunk things down to bite-sized pieces, like the old saying, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to do. So, join the groups and put things on your calendar, and we'll all be there having a blast.
Of course, if you were in the Los Cabos trip, that's 100% free.
Yes.
Alcohol, food, travel, tips, everything is included.
Mm-hmm.
And so Richard's absolutely right, though, is if you put it on the calendar and you reverse engineer it and figure out what it is going to take. And as far as RepFest goes, there are other things too. There's lots and lots of reps that go, and there's lots of reps that don't have money. And so people share rooms. You can put 5 people in a room. You can put 6 people in a room, and you can share a room. So your hotel is very inexpensive that way. And of course you're going to need airfare, but if you plan that out, then you can, like Richard said, you can, put a little bit away each week or each campaign.
But the key is you have it on your calendar. You've already blocked off the time on your calendar. You already asked for time off at work if you're working a job, or if you're working your business. You have that time off and you're away. It's on your calendar. You have no other option other than you're going. So boom, done.
And you make the decision and you make it happen. It's just that simple. You make the decision and you make it happen. Right? you know, just walking, free is best. Yeah, Rick says free is best. So, you know, I mean, even if you're walking, right, you don't have to make a conscious decision to move your left foot and your right foot. It just is going to happen. You made the decision, you're going to walk, you're going to get up, and you're going to walk into the other room, and you make it happen. You've been doing it for so long that it's not a lot of conscious thought. But it's no different with your goals. You make a decision, and then you make it happen. There's really nothing that can stop you if you know that that's what you want. The key is to know what you want, break it down, figure out what it's going to take, and then do it.
Mm-hmm. And we're here to help.
And we're here to help. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, awesome, you guys. Oh, Tracy said they brought their own food. See? There you go.
There you go.
You can save money on food. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of ways. And there is a RepFest group. There is actually a RepFest Avon group run by her name's right on the tip of my tongue.
I can't read either.
I can't think of it. But there is a RepFest group, and they actually post in there who needs roommates and that kind of stuff. So so this is totally doable. You guys can do this, and you can take your business and you can take your attitude and you can make your business happen, right? Because that's within your power. So go do it. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'll see you on Facebook before that. And hopefully I'll see you Tuesday night in our training.
Yes.
And Wednesday night in our training. But let me go back to, were we already on the full screen? Something happened. I think we lost our broadcast. Anyway, so we're back. You can see us. And I'm going to say good night. So have a great night and an awesome week this week.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.